Alright, hey everyone, this is Nitro. So, I said I was going to stream the round of 16, so here I am, and the match I'm going to stream will be SweetDango against ThatGuy7. So let's jump into that one and spectate it. So let's see what happens in this match. I held a straw poll to see which match I was going to cover, and SweetDango's match was the most popular. So here we go. So they're in the pick ban phase, it looks like. So we're waiting for the players to enter. You aided me? I haven't. I've been eliminated a while ago. At this point, I'm just commentating. I'm going to turn off the banter though, because I know people are going to say things like Nitro! Or whatever. Okay, so who do I think will win? Honestly speaking, I have not reviewed either side's matches, so I'll have to judge based on what I see here. But given that both players have made it to the top 16, it could really go either way. Both players have pretty decent boxes. Taking a look at this, I do like SweetDango's box a bit more, right? Because, well, I personally like to see Wilder over Chloe, but honestly speaking, that guy's box is very, very viable as well. Olivier can do very, very nasty things to flyers, which SweetDango has as Claret, for example, but I really don't like that guy's healer selection in general, right? There's Tiaris, Liana, Chloe, and Sophia, of all things. So no Iris, no teleportation. So it'll be interesting to see. Match starts in 35 seconds, then we'll finally get to see the pick ban at that point. I think the interesting thing to me is SweetDango actually uses Chaton. I didn't expect that. I mean, I use Chaton, don't get me wrong, but why is Chaton here instead of, let's say, Luna? He doesn't like Luna's Jugler? So, some unexpected things in this box to me. This should be interesting overall. Like, both boxes have characters I would not have expected to show up. Like Sophia on the right side, and as I said, Chaton instead of Luna on the left. I mean, Chaton is usable, don't get me wrong. It's just, I would have used Luna over Chaton pretty much any day. I use Chaton, don't get me wrong. Like, she's in my box, but still. I don't consider Chaton to be the best option, more an option I chose because yeah, I mean, it'll be Jugler, Rachel's Chaton, I get that, but yeah, it's just a little bit odd to me, that's all. And Rene as well. I guess SweetDango's going for an AoE box, as you said. An AoE box that's very heavily based on using E-less Legends. So the pick ban so far is pretty typical, right? And it looks like, wow, SweetDango is allowed to play Jugler and Zerida. So Listel Diedling, I understand those bans. I'm kind of surprised with the Claret ban. I would have gone for Zerida first rather than Claret. That's me. So that got... oh! And... this is actually very interesting. Listel managed to get played, while SweetDango has no ability to provide immunity to heal reversal. Like... oh no, there is Gospel. Sorry. There is Rachel for Gospel. This is very, very interesting. So yeah, that's why SweetDango played Rachel right away. Gospel is too important. So Yay and Iris. I really don't like that guy's strategy. I don't understand it. I really don't. I'm really not sure what that guy is aiming for here. In terms of the ban, that is. If I was SweetDango, I'd probably play Bozo here. Yep, there you go. Bozo with Zerida. Of course, SweetDango now has to make a choice, right? Does he bring Meteor Faction buff for Jugler, or does he bring a pure Bloodthirster Zerida? But the fact that he's allowed to make that kind of decision is... it's really a blessing. I never got to play my Zerida in the playoffs. I wish I did, but it never happened. Interesting. Both sides got their Bozo. Is Bozo really considered that weak now? I'm not sure I understand. Oh, anyways. But Bozo does not help that guy anywhere near as much as it helps SweetDango. That's the difference, right? Landius brings a faction buff no matter what. Although, that guy has... okay. So I'm guessing SweetDango is going to give up on the faction buff for Zerida. He'll use Gospel from Rachel to buff up Jugler. And... why would you choose Yusuke in this situation? Well, maybe. Actually, if that guy uses... okay. If Rachel only has a 2-turn Gospel, there is a chance for Yusuke to apply Cannot Be Healed onto Jugler. So it could be interesting. With that said, SweetDango has no healer. I mean, you can kind of say Rachel is a healer, but other than that, there is no real healing. So this is interesting. Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming? Yeah. At a look at the two parties, I would say Dango has the advantage right now, but as always for these fights, it depends on the mistakes made, right? Okay, so Zerda is bringing faction buffs, Shadow Raid, and Backstab. He's not going for Bloodthirster. Interesting. So no change there. Very standard skill set Zerda, instead of making any adjustments. Playing a bit safe, nothing wrong with that. Oh yeah, I think so too. I think Dango has the better party by far. I'm kind of curious to see if this Rachel has a teddy bear or juggler plushie or not. Because depending on that, there is a turn where juggler will end up without a gospel effect. So that Yusuke can easily crush him. But it's going to be a struggle, really, for that guy to take down. There's a 3-turn gospel. It's over. There is no downtime on juggler being vulnerable to buffs. None at all. So there's that juggler plushie on Rachel. And yeah, this totally favors Dango now. Okay, totally. There's no way for Yusuke to apply cannot be healed effect on juggler. And Yusuke by himself generally cannot kill juggler. So we see that, okay, I see why that guy brought Bozo though at least. It's for the summon. He can sacrifice the summon to get extra damage on Yusuke, right? So then Yusuke can get his, health restoration, and all that good stuff. And the anger buff and so on. But even then, I don't know, this is awkward. This is gonna be tough. That guy is fighting an uphill battle, long story short. So yeah, Rene starts off with the Calamity Throw, just to, and it actually hit Listel, reducing her to 2 mobility. 6-star Rene, right? 4 debuffs in 1 hit. Ouch. Yeah, unless Dango really screws up, this should be Dango's win. Yeah, I mean, Dango makes mistakes, but he doesn't make huge mistakes normally. Everyone makes mistakes. We're all human. But I don't think he's gonna mess up in this kind of situation. Although we can always be surprised. We'll see. Yeah, it's always possible. So we'll see. But this is a very typical meta situation where I don't think Dango will make a mistake. Like, this is the kind of battle where I would know exactly what to do as well. So, there's no surprises. Generally speaking, you make mistakes when you're surprised or don't understand a character properly. And this is not a situation where there's any surprises at all, right? That guy is running just about the most stereotypical party possible. And already, Rachel has made Juggler immune to all those debuffs, so... yeah. If anything, I think that guy is going to be struggling to deal with Rene, because not very many people use Rene, and Rene's decay can be an absolute nightmare. Can be, because Chloe does have Aurora Ring. So, we'll see. Yeah, I'll probably do a separate video covering the Autorun fight, because that one's also pretty popular. But since I said I was going to cover one battle, I'm going to have to watch this one. So for now, you know, SweetDango is seizing the central positioning. Here comes the AoE assault. Down goes the Necromancer. So now Yusuke. That might just suicide Bozo, because Yusuke can now Dark Tinker down Bozo here. Yep, there we go. So Bozo suicide. Huh. We talked about making mistakes and so on, and I think that was a big one from SweetDango. Very big mistake from SweetDango. I'm honestly not sure why he went for that. That was not the way to start the push! Seriously. And he's running in now with Jugler, but he should have done that first! When you push with... you start with Jugler, because he can do that AoE and activate both his guard skills. Then you follow up with everyone else. But no, SweetDango rushed this completely. He doesn't have a party that's supposed to push like this. Not with Rachel that far back. This was a mess. Okay, so... yeah. So SweetDango just... this is a win for that guy now. Because... or it should be. We'll see, I suppose. Because, well... that guy will still struggle to kill Jugler. Okay? But right now, both Rachel and Rene are completely out of the fight. If Rachel had breezed, that would have made sense too, to do that push. Rene has decay. Right here. Sell him. Rene does have decay. Calamity Throw, decay, and annihilation. Okay, I think what SweetDango has to aim for right now is to lock down Landius. So Beast Shock lockdown, right? And Zerda does get a free kill on someone. But Aurora Ring healing should raise everyone but Bozo up to full health. So what is going to happen here? It's going to be interesting. Right? Sleep? Yep, that's what I would do too. Hoping to remove the immunity. Did you get it? Nope. So the immunity is still there. That positioning is a little bit questionable though. Because Listel will have to move here. I personally wouldn't have moved like that. because now he might get locked in. Uh-oh. So there is now a possibility of that guy getting locked in the back here and dying by poison. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. I mean, SweetDango's win condition now is to lock down that guy and make him unable to move up. Right? So it's really going to come down to whether Jugler can be killed. If I were SweetDango right now, the goal is to get everyone up and block this off, right? Okay. That guy, you better move up. That's your only chance right now. If you don't want to get locked in. Yep, so Zerda moves in, blocks the path. That was a bad move with the Chloe. He had to seize this, he had to move someone in here, and he didn't. He could have had Listel move up and get into this tile, right? And that would have stopped the... Oh well. Well, we'll see what happens. Now that guy is locked in, and I think he's going to be in trouble. That was too fast. That was too early. Too early. He should have done that at the end of this turn. Oh, that guy just messed up massively. Oh, but the Rachel debuff did not dispel from either character. Interesting. So the question comes down to, can Yusuke with Dark Tinker kill Jugler? He doesn't have Dark Tinker this turn, but he'll have it next turn. So there's the first attack from Yusuke. I think it's gonna get the kill. Yeah. And Landius gets to attack. So that attack didn't do much, but as I said, the Dark Tinker attack should kill off Jugler and maybe let that guy escape. I'm not sure about that though. Second decay. If I were that guy, I would probably Dark Reaper Rachel right now. Force Rachel's healing into damage, right? But in the first place, I don't like the fact that he got himself caught like this. Split Legends, but it won't buff anyone because they're all decayed. So, Rachel, okay. Listel moves forward. Yusuke moves into Listel's tile and attacks oh wait, he can't. I think he's gonna have to sacrifice Chloe. If he sacrifices Chloe, then Listel moves, right? Because Jugler is forced to move after that. Sacrifice Chloe, Listel moves up, then Yusuke hits Jugler with Dark Tincture in melee range. And that, if that can wipe out Jugler, it's over. Well, that's... yeah. So, Jugler doesn't die. Oh! What? What? Why? Why? Oh my! Why did he do that? And why is he suiciding Chloe? What is this comedy of errors? Why didn't why didn't he move Chloe into forward? What the heck was that? Okay, this is ridiculous. Why? The attack made sense. Yes, you're going to attack Zerida. But why would you attack from poison? Like... This is ridiculous. This is the round of 16? Like, come on! What the heck? Okay, that was just... yeah. Anyways... ah, okay. Thanks, guys. Alright, okay. So, Chloe was debuffed by Rene. The DK also applied mobility debuffs on Chloe. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm kind of impressed at how many clocks SweetDango has activated with Rene so far. He's decayed twice, and he's Rene Annihilation, and now he can Rene Annihilation again. Or sorry, not Rene Annihilation. Calamity Throw. He's clocked again. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if Chloe was mobility debuff, that makes a lot of sense. But now, Rene did a Calamity Throw on Landius, and clock's activated, so she can throw another Calamity Throw. Okay, good blood dance, good blood dance. Right? Rachel cannot use Dark Reaper now. Landius can't attack. Landius, well, I don't know. If Landius attacks, he's gonna die. Okay? But if he doesn't attack, he's gonna get killed by Calamity Throw. So, okay. He chose to have Landius Peace of Mind and get killed by Calamity Throw, which is very, very acceptable. Now the question is, does Rachel use Dark Reaper to heal up or whatnot? But even then, Bozel has 890 magic defense, so he's gonna be pretty tough to kill. Oh, clocks again? Seriously? Can I get some of that kind of luck, Dango? Okay, good. Reaper's Touch. Yes. Smart move. If Rachel attacks, her healing turns into damage now. Yeah. If Dango wins this, it's going to be because clocks activated so many times. But you know what? That is a part of Apex. You know? That's why people run clocks Bozel. That's why people run clocks Rene. Yeah, I'd like some of that clock hacks too. Whoa! Rene Annihilation kill on Bozel. Boom. Blood Dance should be available. Or was it? I guess it wasn't. And Dango wins. Wow. So, Rene MVP. That Annihilation. Rene Annihilation gets to show its power. That was interesting. Remember, I did say at the start, you know, generally you lose due to unexpected characters, right? So that was a complete example of Rene pulling it off. Yeah, I agree, Zinrus. So we're now in round 2. Has there been any party changes? SweetDango brought in Joshua. I'm surprised he changed up his party for a second match. Yeah. Don't forget, guys, Rene will be getting her 3C soon as well. So she's getting another skill, another AoE attack skill that would be very useful for her. But it's one of those situations where I wish I had the resources to build Rene, but it's not happening. Well, he kind of he has Landius. He has Bozel. You know, he has Gospel. So he has Wilder for Strengthen. He didn't really need Joshua's faction buff for Rene. But with that said, Joshua is another AoE addition, I think. I think that's the main reason. So SweetDango is running an AoE assault team with a tank. But really, what really lost that guy that match was definitely that turn where he could have prevented Zerida from blocking him that deep in. And he didn't move up. That's what I think anyways. But with that said, you know, the fact of the matter is that guy has absolutely no resistance to debuffs. Right? Chloe was his only character providing debuff immunity. He has no... Yeah, Liana's been banned, Chloe's been banned, he doesn't have Deedlit, so the debuff hell strategy of SweetDango is going to dominate that guy. And that makes Rene really, really good. And Rene clocks. Yes, of course. Ken, it depends on your Apex 15 party. If you're running an AoE strategy, then yes, Rene and Joshua are both quite good. They have long-range line attacks, so they work pretty well. Actually, I have to say, I'm kind of surprised that guy got this far with this party that he's running. Seriously, kudos to him. Right? Sophia and Olivia are both SR characters, not SSR. I'm guessing that guy might not have that many characters, SSR level characters built up. And that's why he's running this kind of party. This won't work. I mean, unless he has 2 goddess tiers on both Tiaras and Sophia. That might work out. I don't know. But there's just too much debuffing from SweetDango. So SweetDango is taking full advantage of the fact that he can debuff hell that guy. I'm starting to wonder if that guy might not have a 6-star Yulia as well. So that his Yulia might actually be a, you know, bait ban character. Although to be fair, Yulia in this kind of strategy against SweetDango's AoE team would be kind of useless too. Yeah. Yeah, I would say this is pretty much over. So SweetDango has gone full AoE assault mode, right? Bozel, Shafaniel, and Rene, right? I'm going to assume Shafaniel has a Miracle Staff as well for another AoE debuff. So... And SweetDango has Liana. Liana can gospel up Landius. Actually, speaking of shits and giggles, if I was SweetDango, I'd probably just for shits and giggles run Route on Landius instead of the faction buff. Because Gospel from Liana can be his faction buff, and he can use the Route skill to knock back an enemy and stun them. Anyways, not required, right? That's what I would have done anyways, right? Because he really didn't need the faction buff here, right? Liana's Gospel can give him everything except for the defense, except for the 30% magic defense. In any case, yeah. Let's just watch. Yes, let's just watch the carnage as, you know, he launches out Calamity Throws, launches out AoEs, launches out this debuff hell against that guy. So, mass resist on Sophia and the mass heal on Tiaras in an attempt to provide, I guess, some immunity to debuffs and so on. Mass resist is immune to stun, unbuffable, and mobility reduction effects. So I guess that's what he's aiming for, right? The immune to mobility reduction, so he doesn't get locked in poison again. No. No, Shafaniel's bringing Demolish. Demolish is actually better, in my opinion, than Silencing. Yeah. The point is to let Yusuke be able to have a first strike with anger buff and erupt buff, right? So psychic eruption and anger would both kick in. Nope. The summon is to let Yusuke hit hard for one strike. Yeah. I think that guy just doesn't have a super overpowered party at all. That's my impression from looking at this, right? That's why he's running so many SRs rather than SSRs. And as you said, yeah, Sage's Hat instead of Yggdrasil Reef. I actually think the summon makes sense, the Necromancer. Although I would probably use it differently from him. I'd probably place it at the back. So on the turn where I want Yusuke to attack, I can sacrifice it myself. As opposed to having it in the group and let SweetDango wipe it out when he AoEs. I mean, that's just personal preference. You can do it either way. To be fair, that's pretty normal. Assuming this is a crystal enchant, right? Then you just have a lot of healing, but the int stat is actually quite low. Yeah, I don't... Well, this is just a personal preference, as I said. I would have preferred to personally choose when to sacrifice the summon instead of letting SweetDango do it, and then you're forced into having his skills activated. And now he has no choice but to attack, right? Next turn. But I'm pretty sure that even with Attack Blessing, I don't think Yusuke can one-shot Landius. I really don't. Even if you do one-shot him for the first time, Liana's right here. You know? And Liana can basically heal Landius to full. So... yeah, and there's also no Jugler plushie or teddy bear on Tieris either. So the Attack Blessing only lasts 2 turns. Yeah. Okay. RIP. GG, ThatGuy7. If the Attack Blessing lasted 3 turns, he could have had 2 attacks with Dark Tincture. Then there would have been that opportunity too. Awkward. I mean, the only way is if the Royal Cavalry get knocked below 80% hit points. But once again, Liana is right here to make sure he's healthy. Boom. First AoE. Right? Tieris really probably has to mass heal now. Then second AoE from Bozo or whatever. I guess the only counter for that is Sophia to rewind. And then Renee gets to launch her AoE. And in the following turn, Jafino gets the AoE again. And that guy does not have enough healing to prevent it. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, that guy made it to the top 16 with his party. So, you know, kudos to him for doing so with this kind of party. Seriously. That's impressive on its own. There's the second AoE that I mentioned, right? Mass heal. But now, at this point, 2 characters can't heal. Okay, Yusuke got cannot be healed applied as well, as Bozo. So now, Rene's AoE of Decay should be able to kill. And Yusuke is so damaged, he has no chance of killing anything. GG. Okay. See, yeah, and that's a side note. I don't think is there any buff that actually offers immunity to decay. There is, right? Mass resist does, but yeah, no. Debuff hell. Oh, Bozo actually got his cannot be healed debuff removed. So he managed to live and get some healing. SweetDango be like, how many AoEs can you take before your party dies? I can toss out AoEs all day. Shafaniel is next. And then Rene can always use Rene Annihilation. There's 3 debuffs on Landius, you know? Oh, he managed to remove 2. Actually, wow. That's a very high magic defense Landius, actually. 790 magic defense? Of course, it's not comparable to Landius. SweetDango's Landius, right? The difference is just astounding, but it's pretty, yeah, I mean, 1100 against 900-ish, and then 863 versus 800. Wow. 1098 defense. How? Yeah, there's no what I mean, yeah, there's no win condition. There really isn't one. Sophia no longer has an AoE heal because rewind has been used. Tieris has just used her mass heal twice after the rewind, so that can't be used. Rene Annihilation cannot be used yet because Goddess Tier dispelled a lot of debuffs from Landius. But at the same time, the fact of the matter is that guy has no way to do damage to SweetDango. Polish. Frankly speaking, I would have surrendered much earlier if I was that guy. This is honestly kind of painful to watch. Interesting. Dango's playing it very, very safe. I probably would have used Rene to attack Landius at that point, right? You've already demolished and removed a lot of buffs from Landius. You had the opportunity to have Rene just do a range attack. Yes, you'll take some damage, but you would have killed Landius for the first time. He did! He launched one AoE with Bozal. That's why he has 15,696 damage, but that was it. Meanwhile, Dango has more than 10 times his damage. Oh! So that guy managed to actually apply the cannot be healed debuff onto Landius. Won't make a difference though. AoE, Bozal's dead, right? Yeah, still can't win, but he might actually be able to kill Landius. Might. There goes Tierras next. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna change. I think I'm just gonna change battles now. I mean, this is just watching the slow death of that guy. I don't think there's any point to watch this any further. So, let's move on. This is just literally too painful to watch. Yep, and clocks again. So let's take a look at Method and Autorun. Since they're still going. That's not really a win condition though. So this is battle number 2, right? And it looks like both sides have been hanging back initially. Actually, I have another question to ask. Why did that guy choose to be player 2 after he lost? Anyways. So, Bozal seems to be quite popular lately. And this Jugler did not choose to bring B-Shock and instead chose to bring a faction buff, which isn't necessarily a bad thing given he has both Luna and Jugler. You can't say that's a wrong choice. Both sides chose not to bring B-Shock and instead chose to bring a faction buff. Interesting. And Method chose a very smart method of not bringing a faction buff on Bozo Listel, and instead choosing to have Iris bring mass resist. So that way they still get the 30% magic defense increase. Which is, at the end of the day, I would say all you truly care about. Well, it would be nice if you can get an attack increase as well on the sorceresses and whatnot, but that's not as required, right? If you have the faction buff, your soldiers will also get plus attack. But ultimately, if you're using them for AoE purposes, you don't need the attack increase on the soldiers. So, looks interesting. Oh my god. 16, 18 int. What the heck? Yeah. Guys, I mean, people in the top 16 or the top 8 play a totally different game from us normal people. Although I'm no longer free to play. But I certainly don't have these kind of enchants. 16, 18 int on a Deedlit already. Well, really, Autorun has pretty much the same. The only reason his Deedlit is lower is because of the debuff from Bozo, right? Minus 20% attack and int. If that's removed, they both have equally equally strong Deedlits. Jeez. Yeah. 968 defense. Sorry. 1.6 times damage attack only killed the unicorns. Nothing went into Deedlit. Jesus Christ. What kind of training ground is this? For $1,000, you cannot even do any damage to Deedlit. You only crush the unicorns. Congratulations. And this is why I refuse to put money into the game. Or at least minimal money, I should say. Yeah, not a single point of damage to Deedlit. Seriously, that's ridiculous. And look at that! Bozo survives an attack from Luna. What? Luna with faction buff in Winged Realm? Who cares? Oh wait. No faction... No, that should have had a faction buff. When the attack landed, there should have been a faction buff there. But wow, what the heck? No, spending $1,000 is not a whale. Not at all. Well, to be fair, I mean, if I played it right, I could have possibly made it into the top 64, for example. Just saying. But, yeah, I mean, once you get to the top 16, it's a game of whales. Not a Game of Thrones, a game of whales. I'm just laughing. Method, man. Well, to be fair, I know Method. I'm pretty sure Method has spent 5 digits. So, I'm actually not that surprised. When one side spent 1,000 and one side spent 10 times that, things are gonna... I mean, the difference is gonna show up. That was just ridiculous though, seriously. You know, Deedlit taking no damage, then Bozol taking no damage? Like, come on. But it's always interesting to see just how much of a difference there is between wailing and not wailing. Really, Season 1 is probably the only season where a non-whale had a chance. Okay. After Season 1, at this point, it's a game of whales. Well, I suppose, although I say that, if you spend all your time grinding your training ground, so if you bought stamina pretty much every single day to grind the Anarchies and so on, you could have a very, very leveled up training ground too. So you could kinda, sorta, barely be able to fight. I'm not that hardcore though. That's an interesting location to jump to. Can't Yusuke still use Dark Tincture to kill Jugler? Wait, no. 1075 defense, never mind. And, you know, Lobster Behemoths with 50% damage decrease. Yusuke can't do crap. Never mind. Actually, Kian, if you literally grind like 4 stamina purchases of Anarchies every day, you'll get around 10 SSR items. Yeah, and it is a fact. If not for people like Method, we would not be able to play. Right? They would not continue to support the game, add new characters all the time, you know? So, yeah, this one's over. Yeah. So Autorun did the smart thing and gave up. So, all the battles are done. True God beats True God 1, Desu Life 1, Manson 1. Woo! Chaton actually made it to the top 8. Congrats to him! The Lord Phi God 1, Royally 1, SweetDango 1, and Method 1. So yeah. Pretty much everyone that's expected won. So there we have it. I feel like the one match I'll probably review would be Chaton. You know what, let's take a look at that one. I feel like that's the only one that could be remotely interesting. The rest seems like they're pretty straightforward wins. I'm sorry. But this went 2-0. Huh. So let's take a quick look, and this will be the final thing I watch. Because honestly speaking, I have no real interest in the rest of the matches. So I'm just gonna play through this. Let's see, Listel ban, Jugler ban. Okay. Landius is played on Chaton's side, and he loses Listel in Mystery Knight. Okay, Jugler is played. That's an interesting ban on Mystery Knight, given that Jugler should be able to survive Mystery Knight's attack. Anyways, Zerda and Bozo. So Listel, Zerda, Bozo. which makes sense given the box of WingedKuriboh. I might have chosen to ban healers, but this is acceptable too. Okay, so Zera. Okay, why does... Quick comment. Why does nobody let me play Zerida? I just want to say. Yeah. I'm seeing Zerida get played over and over again, but nobody ever lets me play my Zerida. So... just from this Zerida appearing, I think Chaton won just like that. Okay. So Luna and Jugler. Okay. Liana. Oh my god. Okay. He loses Bozel and Yusuke. Who cares? Right? Zerida assassinations. Here we come. No? Why should he care at this point? Yulia to dispel buffs from Jugler. Leon and Luna? Well, actually, I'm surprised there. I probably would have played Luna myself, but each to their own. Okay. Iris. So WingedKuriboh has an assault team for teleporting forward, but can he actually take advantage of it? We'll see. Iris on one side. Chaton has serious healing, as a side note. And Landius on the other. Very questionable here. I would have 100% probably played Olivier. Olivier gets the faction buff from Yusuke, first of all, and his AoE attack would be fairly useful. At least that's my opinion. But then maybe he considered the fact that Chaton had so many healers that Yusuke was useless, that Olivier was useless. Still, each to their own, I guess. Anyways, let's begin and take a look. So, initial parties move forward. And to be fair, I mean, playing double tank like this allows Jugler to be used as an assault character, right? So that Landius can be the tank, and then... But we'll see how it goes. Le Jardin de Iris. Shield. Quick comment there. Shield provides the immunity to healing reduction effects, right? So the shield can prevent Yusuke's Dark Tinker from doing anything. So really, because the shield skill exists and so on, I think Yusuke is pretty much almost unusable in a lot of ways. Alright, so the teleport forward from Jugler. The assault begins. B-Shock takes down Jugler. Or sorry, B-Shock takes down Zerida. And then he dies to Yulia. Really? No, wait. Let me go back there. Really? Really? How? How did Jugler die to Yulia? That just doesn't happen. Let's just turn on this for now and see. Holy Justice? Okay, Holy Justice removed the Triton effect, but I wish I could just see which buffs got removed. Okay. I want to go back there again. Okay. Because I just can't see which buffs got removed. Can I pause this? Okay, magic defense was down to 538. That's why. So he lost his Great Dragon Barrier buff. Okay. So with the loss of all those buffs from Holy Justice, yeah, Yulia managed to one-shot. Even though he was in Wooden Bridge, which is considered water, anyways, he still got one-shotted. So, low magic defense Jugler, yeah. One-shotted. I mean, that's the right move from WingedKuriboh, right? He got to kill off Zerda, so it's not a bad move. Depends which buffs you remove in that situation, Scrap God. Alright, so Godly Menace attack. And I guess Landius dies here. Yep. Act again! And then Landius is ripped up. Wow. Over and over, what I'm seeing is these Landiuses with Royal Cavalry taking incredible damage, right? Luna just did absolutely nothing to Landius just now. It's interesting. And now Yulia showing why she's so powerful with her extremely high magic defense, right? 1239 magic defense. Yulia did nothing to Luna there. So that was the right move. But I'm just impressed that Landius took nothing from Luna. And now, but they are below 58. They are below the 80% hit point threshold. So Yusuke does have a chance of one-shotting. Maybe. Nope. Oh, 9. The defense is too high. Yeah, I mean, Chaton should have attacked Yusuke for sure, and then that would have hit Landius instead. But it is what it is, you know? I mean, there's like almost no kill condition for Landius, for WingedKuriboh. So this was determined by party. Right? WingedKuriboh didn't have a single magic attacker, and so he had no way to kill Landius. So, good pick ban. Oh wow, I spoke too soon. Wait, what? What happened there? Didn't he even have it? Did he die earlier? I guess he did die earlier. So Yusuke, Dark Tinker, in melee range, killed off Landius. Oh, sorry. Because a character died. Because Luna died, Yusuke, for that attack, had plus 30% damage, right? Mimir's War Axe had kicked in, Anger Erupted kicked in, right? Anger kicked in, so he was able to one-shot Landius there. Okay. So because Luna died, Landius was killed. But then how did WingedKuriboh lose here? Ah, I see. Yeah, how did WingedKuriboh lose here? This is now my question. I guess Yusuke could not kill anyone with his next attack. And as a result, Landius died, and then the healing kept all of Chaton's characters alive. Has to be. Yeah, so Landius dies to Yulia. Does Yusuke just totally fail to kill anything here? Yep. Look at that! Iris with both ranges reducing damage by 50%, tanking the hit. Let's go back a step. See if there was... I'm curious if Yusuke had melee attacked would have made a difference. Right? I think it would have. Whoops. Sorry, I have to turn on all battles to view the battle here. Let's take a look. Is there overlapping damage? Yes, there was. And that's why. Because some of Yusuke's hits went into the soldiers instead. If this Yusuke had melee attacked Iris, Iris was dead. But it didn't melee attack. It chose to range attack. Actually, wait. Even if Iris died though, Yusuke would have been a 2-range attacker attacking in melee without an attack skill, right? So he probably would have done less damage there. So, anyways, well, let's continue. Let's turn that off. And now Yusuke is down, right? He has 2 turns that he has to activate his skills. And Iris gets slowed. Iris Whirlwind, keeping her alive against Yulia now. You know? Both Rangers OP. Act again. Oh, wow. Yeah. Really, even if Iris had died with Liana for Act Again and so on, Yusuke was, yeah, he was screwed. So, interesting match overall. But I feel like this is a deployed. Interesting. He deployed Leon over Angelina? Huh. So ultimately, what is the issue here? With WingedKuriboh's box. Oh, WingedKuriboh deployed Leon over Angelina. I guess ultimately the big issue with WingedKuriboh's box is he doesn't have any real magic attackers except for Shafaniel. Yeah. I mean, Boto's an AoE attacker. He's not really a single target striker, right? The lack of any kind of magic attackers, like no Rachel, no Mystery Knight, allows Chaton to have an easy time. Anyways. Yeah, so I'm gonna go through this pretty quickly, I think, at this point. So WingedKuriboh starts with Boto. He's pretty desperate, isn't he? Interesting. And so he bans Zerda and Listel. Landius. Mystery Knight and Zerda. Leonhard? Huh? Okay. I guess WingedKuriboh is going for an assault team. Okay. Jugler and Yusuke, right? The faction buffers for Leonhard. Diana, Yusuke and Leon, Olivier, but you don't have a faction buff. Okay, anyways. Leon and Liana banned now. Rachel. Chaton, once again, stacking healing like crazy. It's a very interesting box for Chaton. A lot of healers. Even the damage dealers frequently provide healing. WingedKuriboh plays Iris. Loses the last 2 tanks. Listel. Yeah. I don't see how WingedKuriboh could win with this kind of pick ban. I really don't. There's no real faction buffers. No proper faction buff. And yeah. See ya, Scrape God. So Wind God Realm to start. Right, yeah. Excitation to get everyone's mobility up. All Chaton has to do is just hold back and relax. I just don't think he has the AoE damage necessary to kill Chaton. He got some silences in though, pretty useful there. But Fear of High Machete, Fusion Dark Emperor Sword next, right? Yeah, but there's no longer enough damage to kill. Dispel and a heal, and they're back to full health. So yeah. Whoa! Thank you for the donation, Kitsune. Continuing to try the AoE assault is what WingedKuriboh is doing, but it actually almost takes down Rachel. If Rachel had died, he might have had a chance. Might. Not likely. But now the AoE assault is done. There's no one left to AoE anymore. And now the counter attack from Chaton begins. Leonhard died to the AoE, right? Armor activation, so Luna fails to kill. And yeah, it's over. Wait, one moment. Why didn't Bozel use a second AoE there? I don't understand. Previous step, previous step. One more previous step. Didn't he have two AoEs? I thought he only used one. Oh no. I remember now. Turn 1, he teleported forward, used the first AoE. Second turn, he used the second AoE. And then... yeah. Didn't get and then clocks, I guess, didn't activate. So WingedKuriboh did not bribe the clocks. So without having clocks activate, he couldn't toss out the third AoE. The third AoE would have killed off Rachel. Right? So that's a big difference there as well. Other than that, yeah. And other than that, I mean, yeah, definitely Landius lived because of activating the Bloodline Limit armor. He would have died for the first time there otherwise. Revived, and then, yeah. So that's unfortunate. I mean, if WingedKuriboh had activated clocks on Bozel and had activated, and I guess if Chaton didn't activate the Bloodline Magic armor, might have been a different battle. It's too bad. Yes, it would have been a luck-based victory, but once again, that is part of Apex, you know? If you get some good luck, you can win. And if you get bad luck, so I guess if you bribe the RNGesus gods, yeah, it's just bad luck that the enemy Landius activated the Bloodline Magic Armor too, right? Between not activating that and Bozo having a third AoE attack, it's very possible Landius and Rachel would have both died. So that would have been a different match. So it was a good gamble attack actually by WingedKuriboh for that second match. He played the odds and unfortunately the odds didn't favor him. But there we have it. Yeah. I need to know what... I really want to know how SweetDango bribes those RNGesus gods, because I want some of that RNG, you know? I want to keep activating clocks like he did. Who did you OT? What? I don't know what you're asking, Mr. X. If you're talking about who I bet on, I didn't bet at all. I still have the purchase A ticket. So overall, I would say the people who should win, the people who are expected to win, all won, right? So we'll see what the matches will be like tomorrow. So I'm going to create another poll on YouTube about yeah, so I'm going to create another poll on YouTube about which match I should cover tomorrow. And hopefully the match will be more interesting than today's battles, because they were just very, very much whoever should win won. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you guys found this interesting. And on that note,